Hey, good morning, everybody. It is 6:30 in the UK, and this is your pre-London update. Um, so, how are we doing, boys and girls? We got our little long yesterday from in here. We came in, filled the gap, as we mentioned on the morning update, and we've ground up. What happens today? Well, this is really my first proper resistance box here, and then this is the next one. So maybe a little grind down, hit the daily open, and then we come back up, and then we have a look and see. So yeah, until we get up here, I'm not really interested in shorting anything. It doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be a lot short. If I come up to the hour, momentum's riding up, money flow is coming up. Half hour money flow is still moving up. Yeah, we do have some divs. I will give you. We are building divs now, but unless money flow starts to turn over, I'm ignoring the divs. Money flow first, div second. Okay, always the way. Okay, so let's have a look. So that's kind of the actual action. I think that's the action piece. I don't think we're gonna. We absolutely could do, but I don't see why. This morning they wake up and they dump it. We've got Europe to soak up the Nvidia news, London to soak up the Nvidia news. They had some really good results as usual yesterday. So there's nothing in here. There's no news today. We've got here. This is the problem, right? So if we look at the news today, there's not really much news today, and this week is in total. There's just not a lot going on. We just don't have a whole bunch of news. And the even worse thing is next week. By the way, I'm only really looking at US news here. I'm not worrying about anybody else's. We've got some PCE on Thursday, and that's about it. So there's not a whole bunch going on next week either. Okay, so let's have a look around at the charts and see what else we can see. Give us some help with directional bias, etc. Well, actually, what I'm going to do first is let's drop on to the daily time frame and have a quick look that we did. I think we engulfed. Yeah, we did. So we had an engulfing candle. Eek. That's not very bearish. So we do need to be aware that, as I said to you the other day, that when we look at this, we came down and we've got smaller and smaller and smaller, and now we've curved up, which is why I was telling you all to go long here earlier in the week. So yeah, all right. So that's not particularly bearish, but also I don't think we're in a massive bull environment just yet. Just yet, people. Don't get too excited. We are still long from in here. We did get our long from yesterday from in here, and we're grinding up. So one thing I've been looking at is a bit of correlation between the USDT and what's happening on oil. Oil got a little bit of a rejection yesterday. I don't think this is oil problem over. It's coming back down here, mainly because listening to I think it was the Saudis yesterday that spoke and said they reckon that oil is going to take at least 12 months to unfuddle, even if the war stops today, which we know it's not going to. So this whole nightmare is only going to go one way, I think. But more importantly, I was also looking at USDT. We are in a channel, and we are in some kind of corrective space. And as such, I'm watching for every tippy top or middle line or bottom of the channel. So we came up. I was expecting this to happen yesterday, which would automatically send BTC to the downside. but we didn't. We got rejected. So we've got a couple of areas we need to watch. We need to watch this local 618 here. Oh, for crying out loud, come on. This local 618 here, where we have seen support, which is now turned to resistance, and then we broke through. And then we've got the mid line of the channel and the bottom. Again, because of the lack of catalysts and news, I'm probably expecting this type of thing. I don't think we're going to do that because I don't see anything massively positive happening in BTC. The only thing that's mildly positive actually is the SpaceX IPO, but that's not really going to start kicking in until the end of the summer and Q4. But that IPO is going to skyrocket markets, especially the NAS. When that hits the NAS, it's going to be it's going to be hot. Hot. Also, I'm assuming BTC will get a kick from it as well. So keep an eye on that. Watch that in the news. Keep an eye on what's going on. Here, as you can see, let me just get rid of my scribbles and I can re-scribble. Here you can see we have a collection of Vicky McVickersons, and this whole little area here where they built out liquidity before moving down. I would highly expect them to come in and fill this gap here, take these wicks out as a very minimum. All right. But also we need to be aware that we have another gap up here, and that's at 80,000. The other thing that's making me feel very, very, very much like we're probably going to see a move down is this lot are all massively overbought. We're massively overbought on our higher time frames. So we even if we come down to 75 and we don't get the 74s and the 71s, and also I think this could take a while. By the way, this might just do this, screw down for a bit. This is not looking grandioso, but we need to see this lot start to turn. Daily time frame, money flow. This is not day 4 hour time frame. The money flow is starting to eke out. We look at the look at the 8. You go up a time frame, and it's not doing that. So this is green dot on the daily, engulfing candle on the daily. This is not Madam freaking bearish right now. This is not Madam Butterfly bearish. No. So we need to be careful. Everyone is in bearish mood, and we do know that when everybody gets bearish mood, the market tends to rip and make sure everybody is taught a lesson. Never bearish, never bullish. We just trade what we see daily. So on that, and we're 8 minutes in, lot's changed from yesterday. Here's our first area of resistance. Here's our second area of resistance. We're holding our longs. We've taken our profits. Stop losses are in profit. There's nothing else to do here. I think if we jump onto an hourly time frame here, you see, I mean, even on down here on the hourly, money flow's coming up. I don't have any bear on the down. I do have bear on the 30 though. I do have some bearishness on the 30, but money flow isn't really doing much apart from coming up. Also on the 30, just quickly and finally, because we are now at close to 10 minutes, is look at this. Thin freaking Lizzie right here. All right. I really think they're going to come and try and, before they make a move down, is they'll want to balance this all out, which suggests to me that we might get something like this. We come up into our red box. We all get bearish. We come down, and then guess what happens? Bang, bang, bang. That is the corrective move for this. I'd like it a bit quicker than that, because obviously if that's a 1 and a 2, and this is going to be a 1 and a 2, this 2 needs to get on and finish, so it's not hugely bigger than the other one. We don't particularly like the second one to be that much bigger. But of course, this could just be 3 waves. We now get 3 waves, and then we get we do that again, and it's a continuation of this huge range that we're in. So yeah, so am I bearish? I am bearish if we hit these boxes. Otherwise, I'm holding my longs. You know, intraday, little scalp coming up, possibly have a look at us hitting the daily open for support. Otherwise, you kind of know where you are. Break here, possibly we're doing this. But be aware, if we get 3 waves into here, we could quite happily do this as well. Really tricky range, guys, really tricky. All right. Have yourself a lovely day. I shall be in Discord and I shall burn back on again for New York. Lots of love to you all and bye-bye.